I'm a little nervous, but my name is M Perry. I'm 51 years old. I live down the east side.
This guy looks good for 51. I'm just saying.
I live down the east side all my life. To touch on the community violence, I really think part of it is because a lot of people don't have the understanding of what's going on with these youth today. As a football coach for the M Cowboys for the last 23, 24 years, some of my players have died through gun violence, and me personally have been a part of some of the violence myself. So that's how I grew up, and that's how I became into coaching football, to help the kids stop doing some of the things that I ended up doing when I was a young youth. And I think one of the bigger things today is, like, I jog down the Boulevard like every Sunday, and you're talking about, some people talk about community and community divide. I could walk down Hope Street to go for a jog, and me being a black man, I can pass some white folks, and I'm walking to, and I was always told to say hello every time I spoke to someone. I can speak to people as I'm walking to the boulevard, and they just ignore me. And I'm talking about 7 out of the 10 people that I speak to. So I think coming together as a community, obviously we have to be honest with ourselves and understand the racial divide that we have, and to have a better understanding of what these kids are going through. You really need to know them personally. You really need to know their education and what they're lacking at home. And it's not just because these are bad kids. Most of these kids in these communities, like the kid that just passed away, is my nephew's girlfriend's. That's her nephew. So it hits me personally, because a lot of these youth that are being killed on these streets today, I've coached them, I've coached against them, and they're not all bad kids. It's really the opportunities that these kids have through job training and everything else. So when you look at these kids on the street today and you see 4 or 5 kids in a circle, they're not all animals, they're not all drug dealers, and they're not gang affiliated. They just don't have nowhere to turn or no one to teach them where to go to next. And I think that is a big issue. And I think that as councilmen and everything else, I think that we need to form some type of relationship where some of the businesses on Hope Street can offer and hire some of these young troubled youth. And I think as they experience things like getting a paycheck and being a little confident in what they do, I think you'll see a better community and a better young youth today in the city of Providence.